Manifesting a specific person, one of the most hot topics in the manifestation community, in just the consciousness community, the law of attraction, the law of assumption, anybody talking about doing things with the mind, changing reality with the mind. Specific person is the most volatile. The ones where opinions are consistently flying, and quite frankly, to some, it's a scam. In this video, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why it's going to be very easy for you to believe that manifesting a specific person is a scam, and why it's going to be difficult as fuck for you. But I'm also going to tell you how to jump out of that damn mindset and actually prove it to yourself that you can. Hello, my fellow flawless, limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy HBICs. How are you on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? I hope you're all doing fabulous. I hope you're all choosing to be the versions of yourself that have exactly what you want. I hope that's what you're doing. Obviously, you can see I'm in my winter rat, and I can't make a lot of eye contact for the obvious reasons, but I'm hoping you're going to bear with me. If you're new to my channel, how you doing? I'm Kimberly. I make all sorts of videos. It seems like the last string of videos I've made were all in my car, and if you go through to my older content, I was always in my car. But I give you a mix now. And if you are new, well, I'm Kimberly, and I would love for you to stick around, get to know me a little bit more, and allow me to get to know you. So leave me a comment. Let me know that you just subscribed, and if I see your comment, you will hear back from me. So the most, as I said, volatile conversation in the manifestation community is around manifesting a specific person. And I've made countless videos on why I personally believe it is absolutely possible. I am proof that you can. I'm currently in a relationship with my specific person. And quite frankly, if you look throughout your life, you've been manifesting specific people all along. But where this topic, and quite frankly, it's not just limited to the specific person topic, you know, manifestation can come off as a scam for various reasons, and it doesn't shock me that there are people out there who, even right now, believe that the whole community is a scam. I know that when I first found conscious manifestation, and I was in my early days, what I would say is a baby manifester, I believed this was all crap too. Snake oil, all bullshit, blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to give you 3 reasons today why it's more than likely you're going to fall into that category. And I know that's tough to hear, but you're going to fall into that little trap. And you probably, by whoever you're watching and what advice you're taking and what resonates with you, you might fall into that category where you are going to believe it's a scam. And until you see through it and see things a little differently, well, good luck on that journey. That's all I'm going to say. Number 1, the first reason why more than likely you're going to believe it's a scam is that you're outsourcing your I am. Your I am is your own awareness. It's the essence of who you are. It's your isness. It's the you sitting behind the eyeballs that are watching this video or listening to this video. It's the essence, the spirit, the soul of who you believe is just yourself, just you. But it's not just you. It's the totality of the universe, of the heavens, of God, whatever you put on that label of the all there is. Well, that's you. That's your I am. And there are people that are wanting and desiring to manifest a specific person. And, you know, first of all, I'm not going to say it's not impossible, to be fooled and taken on this journey, because there's unscrupulous people in any category of life. It's not limited to just the manifestation community. Let's keep that fucking real. But there are some people that don't want you to get your desire, because then you will have no need for them anymore. You won't want to purchase their courses, their workshops, their books, the coaching, channel memberships, any of that stuff. They don't want you to manifest. There are people out there that want you to keep coming in and being their money ticket. And then there are a handful of coaches out there who want you to get your desire. I like to think of myself as being in that category, but I suppose you need to get to know me first before you trust me, and that's totally understandable. But when you outsource your I am, well, you're gonna constantly live in a cycle of putting the power outside of you. And that's not a great place to be, and it's certainly not a great place to be in conscious manifestation. But that also doesn't mean that you can't manifest with doing that. You can. You have been your whole life unconsciously. But what I'm talking about specifically when it comes to the specific person category is when, for example, the affirmation, I am chosen. If you know that in your mind, you still view reality from the place of, I will believe that I am chosen when specific person shows up and chooses me. I will believe that I am loved, wanted, adored. We can use any fucking word at this point. When specific person shows up and proves that to me. When I hear those words from specific person, when specific person does, takes me out, buys me things, shows me love, attention, and affection, that's when I will believe that I am, fill in the fucking blank. And if you know that's how you think, yeah, if you don't snap the fuck out of that, at some point, you're going to be one of those people believing that it's a scam. And I know that's tough to hear, because I'm sure there's more than one of you just now who thought, oh my God, I know that I thought that before. I know that's something on my mind. I know that I really think that. That's all right. We can change that. This is not, you're screwed, but this is a warning that you are in the total fulfillment of the opposite of what you actually want. And where manifestation is gonna seem like snake oil, too good to be true, because you're outsourcing your I am. Some of you put so much emphasis on the specific person and how they're currently showing up in reality, and giving that so much more meaning than you should be. Labeling things as it's not working, it's never worked, I've been doing, such and such techniques, nothing's changing. You're still viewing consciousness as having to earn your manifestation. That that you've said your affirmations enough to prove it to God or to prove it to the universe that you're finally worthy of getting the desire, or better yet, oh my God, I have to say these 10,000 affirmations so I can impress my subconscious mind. Well, there you go. You're outsourcing your I am to your subconscious mind. And listen, a lot of the greats who have discussed manifestation refer to the conscious versus the subconscious mind. And I'm not here to tell you what you need to believe when it comes to what's going on with our mind. That's up to you. But I will tell you, I don't live my life believing that I'm being limited by my subconscious mind at all. I believe that if there is a conscious mind versus the subconscious mind, I believe and agree with Ernest Holmes that the conscious mind dictates, rules, delivers orders to the subconscious. Nothing is more powerful than the totality of who you are as I am, or we could say as awareness. Everything else are ideas, concepts, concessions, perceptions, point of views, opinions. Outside of I am, nothing is absolute. So if your I am is, I'll believe it when I see it, I'll believe it when specific person is showing up and doing A, B, and C, yeah, you're going to fall into that scam category. Just saying. Change of location, change of outfit. We're back in my bedroom. Let's move on to number 2. It's going to bug me. Number 2, another reason why manifesting a specific person can feel like a scam is because you are still viewing your specific person as a separate other. In other words, if you still are walking around the mentality that there is something to chase, there's something to fix, there's something to change, there's something I have to do to convince specific person to, want me or choose me, be in a relationship with me, you're still viewing reality as separate from you. You're not viewing things as an awakened person. And please don't misunderstand by what being awake to all of this is. Your God, your source, everything about you, the essence of you. This is why you don't hear me talk about the I am versus your character. The totality of who you are is source. Is source. You are God. All of you. How your awareness perceives reality is enlightening you to truth. So if your perspective of reality, and again, this isn't about you having to follow a strict set of rules, because there are no rules to this, even though these 3 tips that I'm suggesting to you might sound like rules to abide by, but they're not. They're guides to wake you up, to see yourself sincerely as the observer, because that's what you are, an observer. Observing, experiencing reality. You are that reality. You are as source. Everything about you is already perfect, whole, complete. But when we view another as a problem, as willfully choosing to not be in a relationship with you, you're still viewing reality in separation, or let's just say, that illusion of separation. You're perfect, whole, complete as God now. And all we ever have is now. Right now, as you viewing this. Now. Hear the church bells. How's that for ambience? Your specific person can only ever show up, behave, interact based on who you know yourself as. So again, this isn't me even really telling you, focus on the version of yourself that's in the relationship. Although that is a very common thing that does come out of my mouth, but I'm saying, fuck that too. Fuck anything that sounds like a rule, and understand who you are. And I don't mean intellectually understand your source. I mean, know it. Know it. You could call it like, okay, let me explain it this way. You've probably heard me say in content, if you've been an avid viewer of mine. If not, okay, but maybe it's the first time you're hearing this. Why I say that even emotionally reacting isn't going to stop a manifestation from happening. Nothing can stop a manifestation, especially once you're aware that you are source, God, I am, and knowing that the totality of who you are, not the I am versus the meat sack, not I am versus the character, the all of you is source experiencing itself, choosing choosing from moment to moment to moment to moment to moment. Once you're actually truly awake and understanding that, you'll see that you have been giving a logical explanation for every single thing you experience. So in the specific person manifestation category, every time your specific person is doing something that gives you the meaning, so in other words, you're the one slapping that meaning on it, gives or does anything to you, you immediately see them as separate, as acting on their own volition, let's say from their own free will standpoint. They're willfully choosing to not be nice to you, to not choose you. You're seeing them as a separate entity altogether. And I know that sounds a little woo-woo. When you know that you're source, when you know that everything about you is perfect, whole, complete, number one, you stop thinking that there's something more to do to manifest, and you stop viewing your specific person as that separate entity from you. Your source, your everything, every single thing you experience is source experiencing reality, but source is reality. Do you see? It's a fucking simple ass paradox. And when we are not experiencing what we want in reality, a very logical, very much probably still asleep person, their immediate logical response is, all of this is a scam. None of this is real. Or we have the other group who will start searching to, find other creators and hear what they say about manifesting a specific person. And let's just say, for the sake of conversation, that these other creators are giving you all the things you need to do. You start self-blaming. Oh, I didn't affirm enough. I didn't visualize enough. I didn't do this enough. I need to do more than that. I haven't impressed my subconscious mind. No, you still believe there's the subconscious mind to impress. You're accepting that as your rule. Once again, separate. You're separate from nothing. You're everything. Everything. There's nothing more to do. There is no convincing, forcing, making a specific person to be with you. That's not a requirement. That's not some task you must fulfill to manifest. The number 3 reason why you're probably viewing manifesting a specific person and thinking of it as a scam is you are giving meaning to, let's say, what appears as moments of quiet. There is no real quiet. Awareness is. So I know you've probably heard there's always movements. Manifestation never stops, right? There's always something happening. It's happening in the unseen. While, yes, I can agree that those are true, but let's just be real. When we say those types of things to ourselves, what are we really believing in that moment? We're believing, fuck me, I'm experiencing quiet. I'm experiencing what feels like a lack of movement, but that's okay. There's always movement. It's just in the unseen. No, you're still viewing from separation. Awareness is. Come back to the now. Don't you see? Even using the phrase, and it's a phrase I have used for a very long time that I've got to break my own habit of saying it. Even viewing reality as living the unfolding in some semblance of a way is you deciding in that moment that you're living an unfolding, because everything is now. We're only ever in the now. When we think of, stay present, be in the present moment. Honestly, most of us are viewing that as past, present, future. We're back to thinking linear. We view manifestation as being linear. I'm living the unfolding. Everything is now. So again, if you've heard me use that phrasing, I apologize, but maybe you can now see it differently, like I'm seeing that differently. We're evolving past that, which is okay, right? What's the point of being here is to rise in consciousness, not to plateau, not to stay the same. Another way of looking at it, we'll say logically, is we don't have to keep getting better and better and better. Easier and easier and easier, faster, faster, faster to get what we want, right? So we transcend or move past believing that there is an unfolding to experience. Ugh, I know that one is going to sting and maybe confuse some of you, but just hear what I'm saying. You are selecting and choosing who you are every now moment. So I'm sure you've heard you say, you're brand new. You're brand new in the now moment. Think of it as it's completely wiping your slate clean if you allow it. You're allowed to keep viewing yourself as carrying your luggage of, your history, your traumatic experiences, your past experiences with your specific person. Maybe you had a shitty history with your specific person. You're allowed to keep dragging along all that sludge. But you don't have to. So when we view reality, when we're viewing the silence, when we're viewing what appears to be a lack of movement, instead of beating your fucking self up for thinking the words I just used as I'm living the unfolding, there's always movement. There's nothing wrong with thinking those thoughts. It's understanding, though, that in the now moment, you're choosing who you are. I am or I am not. We don't have to be afraid of words. And when we are, we're interpreting it from a logical place again. We're giving our very human-y, ego-y, logical explanation for why I don't see anything in reality. That's what we do. We cling to that. But even while clinging to that, we're forgetting we're source. We're forgetting that no, everything is now. I'm perfect now. I'm whole now. Creation is finished. Everything exists now. So I'm already every part of me or every version of me now. I am the me who is who I want to be now. I am that I am now. But I know for a lot of us, it goes right over our head. Yeah, Kim. Yep, I'm in the now. Slate clean, I'm in the now. But why don't I see any movement? You can't say that and really know yourself as perfect, whole, complete now. No, the wool is still pulled over your eyes. You're still thinking from separation. So we could go back. We could go back through every 1, 2, 3 that I've listed. And you see how they're so connected and interchangeable. But if it's not hitting, if you're not getting it, well, of course this is going to feel like a fucking scam. Of course it is. But it's not. It's a paradox, but it's simple. It is so, so simple. And please understand, it didn't click for me the day I found manifestation. No, I did go on a journey. But if I look back, I can think, and I can remember feeling like it was going to be in a journey, but I didn't want to go on a journey. I wanted everything now, but I didn't understand what the now really meant. Think about it when you're manifesting. This doesn't even have to be a specific person. I know that's the point of this video, but you could be manifesting anything. And when you look out at reality and you believe you are not really who you want to be, so you believe that nothing's happening, nothing's changing, you self-soothe with those phrases. There's always movement. Everything's always working out for me. And there's nothing wrong with those phrases. We're not bad manifestors because maybe we have self-soothed with them. But that's all that is. Don't you see? Every single technique out there. And can I just say, we'll talk about embodiment because I was the queen of states of consciousness, the embodiment. I am embodying the version of myself in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. That worked for me. It worked for me very well. But I'm sure there's somebody watching this video who feels like I just couldn't do that. It didn't work for me. Is that person wrong? And I'm right and they're wrong? No. Manifestation is not one size fits all. But only you can understand that. I can say it till I'm blue in the face. Other creators can say it till they're blue in the face. And unfortunately, there are creators out there who are their way is the only way to manifest. And I intend that they will see through it too and move on. If I hadn't evolved, we'd still be talking about keep going, keep on your affirmations. Hand over my heart. I don't delete my content. You can go back to videos from 2020, 2021, when I was the queen of get on your affirmations. Then I became the queen of what? Self-concept. Then I moved to just states of consciousness. Then I moved to it's a decision. And it is a decision in the now. Because all there ever is the now. But get on your affirmations version of Kim. She viewed reality as an unfolding. And I'm not trying to tell any one of you out there, I'm not trying to scare you or make you feel like I view it as an unfolding. There isn't a reason to panic. Just hear what I'm saying. The unfolding is our logical explanation or interpretation of what reality for you looks like. But in my opinion, from my viewpoint, there's nothing to do but know who you are. Nothing to do. There is no separate the I am from the character. That's another rule. That's something, again, to beat yourself about. Oh, I'm in the character. I'm too much in my character today, or I'm too much in my ego today. I'm letting the ego run the day. No, fuck it. You're having a shit day because you believe you're having a shit day. So fucking what? So what? Still gonna get what you want. Why do you think? I have said, I don't care. I have good days, I have bad days. I have bitchy moods, I have non-bitchy moods. I let them all come through. Why? Because I know I'm still going to get what I want. Because I don't view those things as the things that get in the way, things that limit me, things that stop me from who I believe I am. And unfortunately for some of you, they are still stopping you because you believe they are. You use that as a rule. And when you're constantly viewing reality as separate from source, when you don't accept and understand that we're only ever in the now moment and that you actually do have a choice over who you are and how you experience and perceive reality, when you are still stuck in a place of constantly looking at experiences and circumstances and trying to interpret why they're happening, while we go through the work of figuring out what beliefs are at play and what beliefs have destroyed our life and how our subconscious is still not impressed, that is just fucking drudgery. And you're going to get exhausted if you're not already, and overwhelmed. And being that this video is about why manifestation can be definitely looked at as like a scam, it's because of that. It's because you are still seeing reality, your specific person, as separate. Reality is experienced in consciousness, not separate from, not really outside of your source, your God. Manifestation is not linear. That's a big one. It's not linear. So if you are someone who is stuck in the mindset right now that you're frustrated because things haven't turned out the way you've wanted to, and you're still walking around believing this is a scam and you're going to destroy the lives of any manifestation creator because you didn't get what you want because it's a scam. I encourage you to wake the fuck up, because you're living a very boring, miserable existence when you could right now in this moment finally understand that your source, and you're already perfect, whole, complete in this now moment. The now, not necessarily the present, the now. Be still and know that I am God. Think about that. So on that note, I'm finishing this video on Christmas Eve. Do you want to see my special sweatshirt before we go? I'm just going to my mom's tonight. Hold on. I gotta turn my thingy on. She lights up! Anyways, Merry Christmas Eve, Happy Holidays, all the things. My boyfriend just got home. Poop's pretty excited. That's why you're hearing that whining. I love you all. I hope you all have the most amazing holiday. If you don't celebrate Christmas, maybe you're celebrating, I don't know what else is right now. Kwanzaa? Is Kwanzaa now? Happy Kwanzaa. Happy holidays. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Manifestation is not a scam. It's changed my life. Changed my life. It's also shown me that the totality of who I am is perfection. And you are too. Just time to wake up, my friend. Wake up.